Hey guys, Patrick Fulop here. This is Effective Martial Arts, and in this lesson, a cool sparring breakdown featuring David Gomez Perea that you see here in the blue belt. So I've instructed him to really work on his range and keep me out of range because he has obviously longer range than I do, and he wants to keep me in the zone where he can strike me and I cannot strike him. So the main takeaway from this session, guys, is help your partners improve. If you have more experience, if you're a coach especially or an instructor, help your partners improve when you spar. And this is what I'm going to be doing all through this session. So here it goes. We're working on our strikes, couple calf kicks. There, hook kick. Now, that hook kick landed, as you can see. Now I'm coaching him on how to block it. Hands up, boom, and counter, which he does. And you can see this team come back throughout the session. Again, head kick, block and counter with an uppercut. Beautiful. Again, block and counter. So anytime something lands, do it again. Help your partner improve by correcting their technique and applying the technique the right way so that they can develop the good habits. Just smashing your partner will not help them learn. All right, so we're back to striking here, using his range, keeping me out of range. I tried to enter, apply pressure. He keeps me out of range, does a good job. Here, a little calf kick, zigzag entry, keeps me out of range again, very good. So I'm testing his ability to keep me away. We've been practicing this recently. Body strike, a little calf kick, shield block, and we're circling a bit. Ready position, getting the leg out of the way, reverse round kick here to the body. And we're playing with range. We're still getting warmed up. This is quite a good session. We got about 20 minutes in of very good sparring and drilling. So we had a lot of fun. Here, I get a little bit, there we go, uppercut. So I get a little bit open here with my arm and he lands a nice uppercut. Always with control. We always want to be controlled in our strikes. We don't want to hurt each other and we want to do this for a long time. So controlling the power of our strikes, the same as we do submissions, is very important for safety. More on this later. So here, I get for a headlock. So I get his posture broken. See what he can do here. I'm drawing for the legs. He sprawls. Now I kind of chill there. I got my hand inside his grip. He has the headlock, but I had my hands inside my fingers, so I'm not stressed. And my base is under me, so he's not really in good position to attack. I'm seeing if he gets something going, but I do a peek out and then go for the pass. Again, it is posture, strong neck. Use your head, guys, when you wrestle. Figuratively and literally, we want to use our head in our martial arts techniques. So I'm almost on my way past the guard, just near to clear knee, switch the shoulders, and there it is. Here's the guard pass. So now I am in side control. Pushing the head down. Crossface is a very good tool in general once you've passed the guard, keeping the hips and the head far away, but he does a good job of regarding, getting control of my leg. He's working for a sweep here, and he goes a little bit too far to his right side. Here, I'm able to fold him in half, go for a leg drag, and hop over, cartwheel pass. There it is. Now he has the head. He intelligently lets go because otherwise you can get caught in a Von Flue strangle, and you're going to see that happen when we're a little bit tired towards the end of the round. So here he's framing, trying to get his guard back in, switch to knee on belly. I wind up in a kind of a reverse mount position, controlling the legs because he has very flexible legs, and I've been caught. He's caught my head when I was already in side control, so he really has the flexibility to get his legs far and a strong core. So I would be goaltending that. Now I'm in a kind of a side reverse triangle, working for the Kimura, trying to wrap my wrist, connect to my own wrist, but he's doing a good job of extending his arm, so I'm not quite able to get it. And I just control the arm with my head, a little bit of elbows, just for good measure. Always with control, guys, just touch. The guy knows when he's getting, he's vulnerable to ground and pound. You do not need to hit hard. So unless it's a real situation, yes, by all means, but in practice, safety first. I go to the back, really connect the head close so I'm safe against those elbows. Trying to take the back, sitting back here, working for my hooks. I just have the knee right now. He's doing a good job blocking the other leg. I get the heel in, and it's going to be a full hook. There it is. But I do not have the bottom hook. I have the gable grip, rear naked strangle, and I'm squeezing it a little bit, but I'm not quite under the chin, if I recall correctly. I go for the figure four, but my bottom hook is not there, so the alignment is not quite there. So I'm not able to finish the choke, and he's doing a good job of grip fighting. So I transition, keeping the chest to back connection. Almost working for an arm triangle here, but he's wise to it. We sparred together before, and he goes for the headlock. Now I base because otherwise I could get thrown just with that headlock over there. but not quite possible. And we wind up back in side control. So now I'm in side control, trapping the hand. I love that position, the beat down position when you can trap the hand with your knee. He does a false hook with his leg, but that doesn't bother me too much. I'm controlling one hand with my head, but then he frees it, keeping my head very low to the ground, very low to the ground, so that we can have good control on our partner. Here, he's able to work his back to, there we go, striking on the break. He worked his way back to his feet, and as soon as the clinch broke, struck at that moment. That's a very important concept for you guys. Every time you break the clinch, strike on the break. And we're back to striking. So here, head kick. Again, that's a common theme. Block and counter. Oftentimes, taller guys, I find they don't expect the head kick. Always be ready for the head kick. Keep that backhand glued to your face. There you go, front push kick, jab, checking the kick, working the angles. I work all the way to a front headlock, not quite. Dropping to the legs, far leg knee tap, and we're back down to the ground. Here, I work my way past the guard. Here he's going for the head lock, but he should be framing instead. He's got a wrist control, but he should be framing instead of grabbing my head. I work my way back to the mount, and still crossface. Crossface is a very important tool once you've passed the guard to keep the opponent flat. And anytime you can bend your partner's or your opponent's neck, it's always a good thing. You weaken the person tremendously. Obviously, exercise control when you do that in practice. Now I start working for an armbar, but he's wise to it. He adjusts the angle. And here, back to side control. And I'm flowing, so you don't want to be too stubborn with your positions. You just flow to what's available. And here, he tries to grab the leg. Doesn't bother too much. I free it. I work my way back almost to the beat down position. You see that leg flexibility, trying to get in front of my head. And he uses that to regard and sweep. And then try to get he got the head, he got the front headlock. And I'm giving him a pause here. I'm telling him to do something. But he waits too long, so I go in on my attack. Takedown on the left and then on the right. Here it is again. So strong neck, penetration step, go to the right, doesn't work, boom, go to the left. That's the first takedown combo that everybody should learn. Takedown to the right, takedown to the left, or to the left, then to the right. Basically switching sides when you meet resistance. Now we wind up in the half guard. And I make a point of really flattening his far shoulder. So his right shoulder in this case, I'm keeping it flat on the mat with my hand and my head, and I'm instructing him to fight me. So to go to his side and start working to go all the way up on his left shoulder. So when you see your partner isn't having quite the right reaction, and if you have more knowledge than them, help them. Tell them what they should be doing, because you will get a better partner and they will get better, and it's going to be win-win across the board. So here he manages to regard completely, and he's controlling my head, controlling the posture, trying to get an attack going. Here, almost past the guard, but he sweeps, and then he almost gets, but I got my underhook and the hook on the top. So now I'm going to start working towards the back, and I'm going to remind him to put his whizzer in. You don't want to hug the back here. Yeah, whizzer. So you want to grab the shoulder. He works his way back to his feet. And here we made good progress in this area as well, fighting against the wall or against the cage. And he does a good job of keeping his hips far away and his shoulders leaning forward, so far away from the wall. That way I'm not able to flatten him out. That's the same thing as on the ground. You'd never want to be flat on your back against the wall. And here I'm using my head as cross-face pressure. That's always a good tool to use anytime you're against the wall or also in the open. Breaks, the clinch, a little bit of striking, controlling the posture, knee, very controlled, just touch, and uppercut on the break. Another example of striking on the break. Very important tool for you guys. Here, cross from afar, side kick for the lead leg. Now I'm opening up the strikes a little bit because I know he's tired. So I'm taking advantage of it a little bit, putting some pressure on him. And a little angle step here, keeping the chin low as I enter because I want to protect against those strikes. I know you're going to be striking me, but it's not that bad on the top of the head. You can eat a punch on the top of the head. The chin is another story. So we're here. I'm holding the posture down. Here, snap down and all the way to the ground. Here with a go behind and spin around. And now he's able to reverse me here. Almost in an armbar, but he doesn't have the elbow. So here I'm going back to my feet, using my head to get my way past the guard. So a nice little scramble there. And here I'm controlling the position. Again, controlling the false shoulder, working my underhook, keeping both shoulders flat on the mat, keeping my head very low so he can't get his hand on the inside. And working my attacks. A little bit of ground pound, very light, just touch. That's enough to let the partner know that they're open. And for him to work his defense, you do not need to hit hard in any case, but especially on the ground. And here he's trying to grab my leg, but I know it. I feel it with my leg. So he's going for it, but I just slip out. So that's another example. In your martial arts techniques, you really want to be able to use all your limbs independently and in unison. So here, working my way to a tripod position in the north-south, coming around the head here, I'm working a north-south strangle. A little bit of pressure going up on the tippy toes, knee to the body, and he turns away from it, which makes his head go right in my armpit, which is what I wanted. And I start working my north-south strangle, getting my head very low to the mat, connecting my hands, and then it's all about adjustment. So I squeeze a little bit, I feel it's not right, adjust, and then the squeeze, and there's a tap. Now, I didn't feel that he was defending the choke optimally or the strangle optimally, so that's a good tool as well. So whenever a strike lands, you give him the option to correct. Whenever a submission lands, give your partner the opportunity to defend if they weren't really defending the right way. Sometimes they're defending the right way and it just doesn't work. That's fine. But here, I want to tell him to push the face away. Anytime you're in a north-south strangle, push the face away. Find the chin, create space by pushing the face away. The person will most likely not be able to finish the strangle. I want to get my head down. He wants to push it up. So I'm doing progressive resistance here, more on this later, to help him integrate this new defensive strategy. Now the next step is to regard, which he almost does here. You can also do a back roll from the north-south position. We'll see that later. But he manages to regard, and he's going to be working a sweep. Here, I lose my balance, don't quite fall, but he gets up, which is a good thing for him. We're back to the striking range. So here, we're zigzag entry to overhand punch. Again, zigzag entry to overhand punch. A very good tool for smaller fighters. Zigzag entry, popularized by Mike Tyson, and the overhand punch, very good when somebody's taller than you. You can reach the face that way. Here, I'm allowing him to correct his defense. When I do the zigzag entry, reset the distance, and a lot of jabs to keep me away. Here, a few leg kicks. Yeah, using the jab, keeping me away. That's it. He wants me in the range. Now, working the front push kick. I'm instructing him on the front push kick. I feel it's not quite optimal. It's not quite high enough, and that's because he's not raising the knee quite high enough like I just did. And he's kind of hitting my hip, and it's not really getting to my center of mass. So here, I want him to correct that. So this is what I'm doing. I am showing him what to do and giving him the opportunity to land it. So here, again, not quite optimal. Here, knee to the chest. That's what you want. And boom, he got it. Beautiful front push kick. My mouthpiece flies out here, and I'm happy because he got it. That's the spirit. So I want my partners to improve when we spar, especially when I give him this tip specifically. So he did front push kick. Now working the range again, and now I respect his kick a little bit more because I know it's more potent. So here, working my range, circling out, going back in the open. I don't want to be back against the wall in general. Here, leg kick. Again, the front push kick. Got the hip a little bit, but it worked. So much better than before. Here, leg kick, a little bit of off balancing here. And a little spinning attack. Turtle entering. He defends the takedown with an underhook, pushes me back up, and we're back in the open and having a lot of fun. So here, stepping back, protecting against those inside leg kicks. And here, gazelle jab, so jumping up and reaching the face, whatever works, right? When you're the shorter fighter. Again, head kick, block, block. Again, block and counter, block, counter. There it is. So give your partner opportunities to correct. Now, kick, catch. He got me, but it wasn't quite powerful enough. So I got the kick, and boom, single leg takedown, and we're back in half guard. Now he has my head, and we're in the guard, but I free the head. Closes the guard, and I go back up. I try to prevent the guard close, but I'm here controlling a little bit of ground and pound. Again, very light. And reminding him of his defense. And now I want to instruct him on how to use the guard offensively for striking. So using the guard to bring your opponent in and land an elbow specifically. Very powerful. So if you push him out and then you pull your knees to your chest, you're able to meet him with an elbow. So you're going to see it do it in just a moment. Here, push him away. Boom. Elbow. He does it with very good control, but it's potentially a very, very powerful attack. Boom, there it is again, and I protect against it. So pulling the knees into the chest and meeting your opponent with an elbow. from the bottom, so striking from bottom guard. Now he starts getting an angle, but I deny it. I control the hips, keeping heavy with the head and the chest, controlling the biceps so I do not get hit. And here I give him the opportunity to enter in a triangle. Boom, and he does. Very quick reaction. Locking the legs, getting the scoop grip on the leg, and starting working for the angle. I give him light resistance to make sure that I remind him what he needs to work for, which is the angle in this case, and posture control, and there's a tap. Beautiful triangle. Very good legs for triangling, David has. And it was a good strangle, definitely, good technique. And I want to increase the resistance a little bit. I want to make it a little bit more tougher for him to finish that strangle. So here we go again. I give him the entry. Boom, he gets here. And now he's controlling the posture with the knee behind. But now he overextends a little bit the knee. So he gets the knees far away. You don't really want to bridge to finish a triangle in general. You want to make the adjustments, eliminate the space around the neck, like he's doing here, and bring your knees to your chest, which is I'm instructing him to do right now. But he's having a little bit of pain in his leg, a little discomfort in his leg. So we're not going to continue that too far. So posture control, very good. Adjustments. The strangle is not quite there, so I'm not tapping. You don't tap if it's not real. See, he's pushing the knees away. You want to bring the knees in. Anyways, didn't quite work this time, but I'm going to show him how to do it afterwards. So yeah, a little bit of a discomfort in the leg, so we skipped to something else. But I take the opportunity to show him the correct execution of the strangle so you can feel it. So here, entry into the triangle strangle, getting the leg over the shoulder, controlling the posture, getting the angle, scoop grip under the leg, controlling the posture with one hand, controlling the leg with the other, so you get the perpendicular angle that we want. And when you do the right adjustments, no power is necessary, no squeeze to get the strangle. So there it is. Take a little break, a little breather, and we're back to action. Now I give him the top position, so I take the seated guard position. A little bit of a stomp kick here, creating distance. He's striking from the top, and here, a helicopter grip prevention, so and up kick. Controlling the ankle, so I don't want him to pass at this point. Here, up kick, controlling the ankle, and here he's got my ankle now, and he's starting to work for a pass. But I'm keeping my knees close to my chest. So we saw this in the 7 basic grappling postures. Just the fact of keeping your knees close to your chest will increase your guard retention abilities. So this is what I'm doing here, working my grips. He starts getting a little bit of an angle here, so I post with a hand and get the legs back inside to retain the guard. Starting to work a little bit of attacks here, nothing much going on. He gets a staple on the leg, but I push his head away and get the technical get up. Here, underhook and takedown. Here it is again. I push the head away, so all his weight is not on me now. I can do a technical get up to my knee, post with the far leg, block the knee, underhook here, and flip him over his base to put him down on his hip. Wind up in the butterfly guard. So here he's got the headlock, but it doesn't bother me at all because I am on the wrong side. So I'm relieving pressure. It's very hard for him to finish from that side. So I'm instructing him to get on his other hip because I want him to do that. So, and that's the way he's going to finish the guillotine strangle. So here he's working his hip to the side, following the instructions. And now the next thing he needs is his grip. Usually you want the grip before you get there, but sometimes you're forced to do it after. So, and he does. And high elbow variation, breaking the posture, there's a tap. So sometimes you want to like guide your partner when they have less experience to the finish of the submission so that they can get it convincingly. All right, so there we go. We're back to striking. I mean, David did a very good job with that. So good progress recently. Very proud of him. By the way, this was a birthday gift, a little birthday sparring session I did for him with a feature on the EMA channel. So very good practitioner and instructor in our kids program, David is. So here, we leg kicks, punches, back to striking, going leg, face, and body. You always want to vary your targets. A little kick in front, little breather. Backhand glued to the face when you're within range. Lose my balance a bit there. Going back to the clinch. Here, ducking under a hook. And we're back in the open. There it is. Okay, a little inside leg kick. He checks it. Again, the high kick. I can do it again. We're going to drill that. Here, block and counter. Beautifully done. So it takes a few reps. It takes a lot of reps until it's automatic. So you want to give your partner the opportunity to put those reps in, even in a sparring session. Be nice. Okay, so here, there you go, catch, and then double leg takedown with the head on the side. Now he would want to let go of the head, and he wants now at this point, but I'm locking the arm in and working for a Von Flue strangle, one of my favorite attacks off of a double leg when a person catches the head. So here he's framing on the hip, but I'm getting his hand out of the way. Now he elects to protect and pull on the shoulder, which is a good option, but I just maintain the pressure. Maintain the pressure to get a tap. Sometimes you have to know when to squeeze and keep squeezing, and you also have to know when to let go and to transition. So that comes with experience and practice. Now, Von Flue strangle, so that worked again. So I want to give him the opportunity to correct that and to make it so that it does not work in the future, or less so. What was missing is the takedown defense. So it's good to catch the head, but the priority here is to defend the takedown with a sprawl, which he does right here, which I'm telling him to do. Really sagging those hips. And it's not yet the time to attack the guillotine. You really want to defend the takedown first. And then once you have good control, you break the person down, ideally to turtle position. The rollback is another option we saw in our guillotine video. But here, you want to defend the takedown first, control the head, and then go on the attack. So knowing when to distinguish between offense and defense is a very important tool. So here, when you know here you're getting taken down, then let go of the head, which he does right now, and frame. So that's when you know you're getting taken down, let go of the head when your guard is about to get passed. So here, he reguards, and we're back in the open. A little sweep here, and we're back to standing. And that was enough for this session. We had fun. Very good sparring session. Lots learned. And there it is. So a little highlights. The hook kick. Keep those hands up, that back hand up, glued to the face. And repeat. Give your partner the opportunity to correct those techniques. Here, I got to be tighter on my defense with the uppercut. Here, peek out, strong neck, getting around the guard. Don't go willingly to your hip. Here, leg drag. So be careful not to get your knees stacked on the same side. Here he lets go of the head there. He did it well that time. Get that far leg further to protect against the takedown. Takedown to the right and then to the left, or left and right. First combo that everybody should learn, double leg to both sides. Here, snap down, controlling the head, going to turtle position and go behind. Knee that sets up, he gets away from the knee, which makes him fall into the Von Flue the north-south strangle. There it is, and working my strangle, getting my head very low to the ground, not allowing him to control my face, and then making the adjustments before I squeeze. And then remember, pushing the head away is your defense. Here's zigzag entry to overhand punch, very good tool for the smaller fighter. Front push kick, beautifully done with the knee to the chest for good power. Mouthpiece flies away. So be happy when your partner lands something good, because they improve and it's good and you get a better partner. So here, kick catch to single leg, running the pipe, and ankle control to up kick. Here with control, okay, don't kick hard, and don't hit hard in any instances, safety first. Technical get up to knee tap takedown, and here we're going for double leg, and that's going to be working for the Von Flue strangle. So I don't want him to let go at this point, keeping good control on his arm and then shoulder, fighting the posting arm here on the hip with my knee here, pop, there we go, so that I get close and keep the pressure, and then knee on belly, shoulder pressure, keep the pressure until you get the tap, do not relieve the pressure, and there it is. So there you have it, guys. A nice little sparring session for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave in the comments below, what did you get out of this session? What was the most important lesson for you? And what can you take away to your sparring sessions that you're going to do with your friends or partners or fellow students, or in your place of training? So real pleasure, guys. Once again, Patrick Fulop. This is Effective Martial Arts. Thank you very much for watching. Practice well.